When I was a child, we moved to a new place when I was 6 years old in first grade. And I had just started the year, and so it was kind of a wrench to leave. And yet we moved to a really neat place. And one of the really fabulous parts about this new place was that it seemed like it was really out in the country and lots of place to roam around and very hilly country. And anyway, just up the hill from us was a horse stable, and my mom brought us there for lessons when we moved, and we were allowed to go riding, several times a week, and sometimes like every day. It was wonderful. Right along the hills of the East Bay in the San Francisco Bay Area is a huge park, and it's just wide open. It's along the tops of the hills. There's lots of fire trails and things like that. And we used to take the horses. This is my sister and I, and she was 2 years older than I. And we used to take the horses and just ride and ride and ride. And then we got a little older. My sister, who was utterly awesome, she was just fearless, and she bought herself a stallion. He was quite a handful, and I thought he was certainly too much for me, although I did ride him once. But it was my sister's horse, and one of the first things that happened was she was keeping it at a friend's house that was a ways away, but it was like a temporary situation. And she put the horse in there, and he promptly cut his chest open on the barbed wire, and it was this big, long, nasty gash, and needed to get the vet in. And she didn't have any more money left, and my parents, this was part of teaching us about money and what responsibility and what money was all about, and so this horse was entirely her responsibility. And so I heard about this, and I said, well, I'll pay for the vet, knowing that I had this little account that my aunt had given me. It was $40. And my parents were kind of shocked at this and said, are you sure you want to do that? And to me, it's like, well, it was obvious. The horse needed help, and my parents weren't going to give it to my sister, and she had spent all her money on buying the horse and on, paying for its food and stuff like that. And I don't know, it just seemed like an obvious choice to me. And so my parents said, well, what do you want in return for this? And I said that what I would like is for my sister to be nice to me. And that was really all I wanted. And my sister was nice to me, for a week, For 1 week, my sister was actually nice to me. And that was, I guess that was worth it. Afterwards I felt kind of sad that she went back to her usual, picking on your younger sister is traditional, I'm sure. But we shared a room, and we're fairly close in age, and she was horrible in a lot of ways. But we rode horses together from then on, and it was really one of the memories I have, one of the pleasant memories I have of childhood, was going out there with my sister, riding horses, and singing. We would sing some of the old folk tunes that we knew, that we played on the piano when we were at home, and like Barbara Allen and Red River Valley, and what is it, Cockles and Mussels, Alive, Alive, Oh. Remember that one? Singing cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. A little off tune there, but I remember all those old songs. And Barbara Allen. For the love of Barbara Allen.